Our lesson again is God's justice. So I have a question up here. What is projection? Projection. I have it right up there if you want to read it, but folks have a tendency to project on you what's going on in them, especially in arguments. When people argue, if they don't have a good argument, people get defensive and they begin to project. Okay? Projection means the criticism of others, often the guilt we feel within our own sins. A guilt we find uncomfortable acknowledging as part of our own being. How is it that you look at pastors who have fallen, politicians who have fallen, they're some of the staunchest critics of folks. Like, for instance, they'll come out about homosexuality and all that, and they'll want to pass these laws, but then the same congressman is found in homosexual relationships. Or a pastor like come out hard against adultery or fornication, and he comes out to be having multiple girlfriends. This is true. And oftentimes that's called projection. I'm preaching hard against something that I'm dealing with.
Same thing.
We learned in seminary, if you want to know what a pastor is dealing with, and this is a secret, they don't want y'all to know, oftentimes he's dealing with what he's preaching with the hardest.
In other words, that's the way a person see you. That's their judgment against you.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, I project that you are this or that.
Mm-hmm. In God's eye, there is no difference. We tend to categorize sin. This sin is greater than that sin. If a man commits adultery in his wife one time and another man does it weekly, in God's eye, you're both sinners. You're both guilty. Whether you do it one time or you do it multiple times, you're still guilty.
Still sin.
Still sin.
Can't change it till it's hard.
Amen. Thus, in condemning others for not living up to God's standards is wrong. And we got to be careful with that.
Yeah, because you know what? When we do that, we can be talking our own selves. We make mistakes ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
All the time.
So we shouldn't be trying to condemn that lady.
He
because
who
we make a mistake.
who is without sin, let him cast it.
Throw that rock. And what happened to those rocks?
That's right.
They all fell down. I tell folks, I'm no better than you because I'm up here, and you're no better than me because you're out there. I just accepted the grace of God with my life. That's the only difference. I have accepted His grace, His mercy, and His salvation.
And because you go there, because God committed to be.
Amen. And if I'm not up there, then I'm in sin, because now I'm outside of God's will for my life. But it's through the death of Christ paid for our sin. God has projected. Now, this is the good projection. God has projected His righteousness unto us. Jesus imputed us righteous. No works can get you into heaven. I tell folks all the time, I work because I am saved. I do good works because I am saved, not to be saved or think I can earn some brownie points with God.